Today's adventure begins about 10 miles or so outside of Cooperstown, New York. Looking over some horses there in the pasture. There is a truck full of hay going down the back roads. Farmland and scenic beauty for as far as you can see. Have departed Massachusetts, crossed over to the New York state line, and I'm going to the National Baseball Hall of Fame down this road about 10 miles to the tiny community, well, village of Cooperstown, New York. Welcome everyone. TheDailyWoo here as a recording of this Thursday, July 7th, 2022.
Not 2012.
I said 2012 the other day. Have you ever been to the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown?
This is my first time, man.
Same with me. We both like the sport of baseball.
Both love the Tampa Bay Rays.
True. We were talking on the way over here, will they have anything in there? Team started in '98. It's probably going to be a lot of stuff from way back in the day. Will they have anything from the Rays at all?
I feel like there might be a couple little relics in there. We'll see.
I'm staying spoiler free. Find out when we get there. I'm inviting you to join me and Max as we go to the Cooperstown National Baseball Hall of Fame.
Join me.
Shall you? Okay, that threw me off. And one thing this area kind of reminds me of is going over to Dyersville, Iowa, which is where the Field of Dreams area is. You know, kind of similar, where, you know, growing up, I always kind of wondered why the Baseball Hall of Fame would be not really necessarily out in the middle of nowhere, but it would not be near a major metropolis area. So it's kind of giving me the same kind of vibes as Field of Dreams. Plus, the little short corn stalks here kind of add to the ambiance. Beautiful landscape. Might end up seeing a cow or two out here. I love all these old barns. Look at this, there's a John Deere tractor up here as well. Some silos.
Nothing runs like a deer.
Now I don't want to say, oh, hello cow. I was gonna say, I don't want to say I called this one because there was a sign back there saying we'd see some cows. But there are a lot of cows over there in that pasture.
They're all huddled up too.
There are actually a couple of huddles of cows down there. And it's nice to get over to this area. We had to take the Massachusetts Turnpike and then go onto a toll road in New York, and then we veered off. So it's nice to kind of have less traveled road that we're on now. We were crossing over this bridge and noticed as I was driving by that the original road from way back in the 19th century is over to the side of the new road with the water running underneath it. And what caught my attention, because from the roadway you can't really see this archway bridge, but luckily there was a sign here. See the old rock work there, making up the arch? A little rusted out piece of metal holding it up. That is cool. Okay, walked over to the old section. I was standing right over there. This big metal tunnel here where the water's going through. You can see the old guardrail here as well. There is a tablet with a poem by the Reverend W.W. Lord at the base of a mysterious mound through here. It's like Max is trying to clean off the poem over here. The base of this mound. Can you read what it says? Is it legible?
It said scrape it off a little bit. It says, "White man greeting, we near whose bones you stand were Iroquois. The wide land which now is yours was ours. Friendly hands have given back to us enough for a tomb."
Wow. That's tough to read that though, it's so faded out.
The last two rows were kind of like had grass over them, so I had to brush it off.
the mysterious mound. And this is only about a couple blocks from the Hall of Fame. Check this out. It's pretty fancy. And heading up to the downtown area, got a 2-hour parking. Well, I paid for 2 hours of parking here along street parking. And going up to Main Street, got the light here, traffic light. This whole town, very baseball themed. Corner of Chestnut and Main. This old signage here at the liquor store. There's a guitar shop, bookstore. This marquee says baseball souvenirs and ice cream. This old theater up here at 137 Main Street. Yeah, I might have to get a t-shirt and a magnet while I'm here in town. It's the 7th inning stretch. Different memorabilia. This is an old theater. This is awesome. They have just repurposed it with a lot of baseball merchandise. Look at this nasty nester. Yankees. The small diner is pretty awesome. The Cooperstown Diner. Wow, this little tiny building here. Yeah, I am loving this town. What do you think so far?
I think this is the perfect little quaint small town, man.
And you changed into your Double Rays jersey, thrown that on?
Felt like it was only appropriate, man, honestly.
You got the Cowbell Max in the house, or in the village.
In the village?
This is the village. It's not a town, it's a village. Cooperstown, the village of Cooperstown. Oh, check these out. You got Goofy, you got Mickey, Pluto, and Donald. Those puppets? Not really sure what those are. And over here you got the Ivy. Probably not meant to look like Wrigley, but you know, it kind of gives you the Wrigley vibes. And also Mickey's Place. You know, an homage most likely to Mickey Mantle, a baseball imported.
Dude's wearing a Joe Madden jersey.
Look at this. They have the baseball cards that my mother threw away. We're just checking the time. It's 2 minutes until our allotted time frame. They kind of do slated time frame to get in the Hall of Fame. So ours is at, see what time is it? It is 2:58, ours is at 3. But definitely we'll be going back by here afterwards. I really like this Roy Hobbs jersey right here. But look at this, it has the lightning bolt. Just like from the movie, The Natural. Oh man, that's good. Oh, this is pretty awesome. Cooperstown. Dude, 10 bucks for this shirt. Conveniently located in the middle of nowhere. That's a classic. Such a cool vibe here in this town. Making my way now to the entrance of the National Baseball Hall of Fame. This is it. It is located in this very building right here. And directly across the street is the post office, zip code 13326. And then looking back down Main Street. And then of course up here, it states the location, National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. Okay, traded in our QR codes for this. Please present ticket 3 p.m. Thursday, July 7, 2022. Right here, and also this guide. Got a little souvenir. Actually, I didn't even think about it, and Max said we should probably get a paper ticket just for posterity, so good call thinking about that. I got a little souvenir ticket. We're just told to start on the 2nd floor and then go to the 3rd floor and then back down to the 1st floor. So that is the method we're going to be traversing. So to go up the stairs to the 2nd floor. This is a holy cow. All right. The employee here was kind enough to let us know that there is quite a bit of Rays stuff. So there's 9 different items here. We got to find the 9 different items. So I was thinking maybe they'd have Wade Boggs' 3,005th ball, but they have his jersey. Oh, look at this. Randy's World Series bat.
I figured there'd be something for Randy.
All right, we're going to the 2nd floor. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Enjoy.
Thank you. Going up to the 2nd floor. Wow, Rays stuff. All right, starting off with Roberto Clemente here. And here's the great Bambino. Look at this right here. This is Babe Ruth with a Bustin' Babes shirt on right there. Baseball is a ballet without music. Take a look at this. Back at Yankee Stadium in '65, they gave away full Louisville Slugger bats. That would never happen today. No. Give an entire crowd a bunch of bats. probably not. It probably wouldn't work. And this is definitely the famous Ty Cobb slide photo here, dated back to July of 1910. Yeah, the bats back in the day looked like something you'd see in medieval times, just with the metal kind of wrapped around it. And this scorecard dates back to 1897. Right there. Baseball's popularity helped sell newspapers like the Milwaukee Daily News, which is shown right there. So all these kind of artifacts, and you can start off on the second floor going through here. This old Cincinnati jersey here as well. There's just going to be a lot of artifacts through here. Just I don't even know what to show or what not to show. It's like almost like completely overwhelming. Now this ball is a cigarette lighter. It was signed by Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. 1934, signed by a bunch of people, including those two. But there's a cigarette lighter coming out of the top of it. The first game to charge admission was back in September of 1858. And this is one of the relics from that. It's kind of been bronzed over to say, but 1858, the first time admission was ever charged to watch a game. Okay, here's Honus Wagner's complete jersey right here. Pirates jersey. Isn't Honus Wagner the most valuable baseball card in existence?
That's a great question. I don't know.
And here in this case, they have the Doubleday baseball used back in 1839, which was basically the birth of the sport itself. You can see it's a lot smaller than a modern day baseball. And these shoes were used by Three Finger Brown. In fact, they used the fact that he had three fingers to promote the match right there. Look. Yeah, that is pretty much a perfect signature of Babe Ruth. And here he is doing the called shot there as well, or at least their interpretation of it. And then here, this is his complete jersey, the number 3, kind of pan around. It still has the number 3. Look at that. Oh, that is like, what am I looking at here? That's this insane history. And also Babe Ruth's bowling ball down here, golf ball, and bat. Paper ticket to the very first All-Star game, 1933. And Game 3 of the World Series back in 1932 was $5. $5 at
Wrigley Field.
And also Babe Ruth's number 60 home run from back at Yankee Stadium back in 27. And this is the exact bat that he hit number 57 and 58 with, right there in that. And this exact ball, he hit 500 feet in New Haven's Lighthouse Point. 500 feet is a long way. The Ted Williams ball that hit out into the outfield at Fenway was 502. That's a launch. And over in this locker belonged to Lou Gehrig. So this is the jersey he wore in his last season. Not only the jersey, but also his hat right up here. Ball glove and bat, used by Joe DiMaggio. And even down here, at the glove here, now a bronze glove, and then also down here, these were his shoes. They do have a lot of footwear, like these shoes worn by Pee Wee Reese, as well as a glove from the no-hitter from back in 1956. They even have a Rockford Peaches jersey here. Also South Bend Blue Sox. Wasn't South Bend where Kiermaier's from? South Bend, Indiana? I think Kevin Kiermaier's from South Bend.
He's from Indiana somewhere.
Of course, a league of their own. Of course, Yogi Berra down here with some of his yogi-isms, I think they call him. But he was just, you know, if you come to a fork in the road, take it, I think is one of his famous ones. This was worn by Mickey Mantle, his jersey, and Yogi Berra's cap right there as well. Roger Maris. Roger Maris wore this jersey in 1961 when he broke Babe Ruth's 34-year-old single-season home run record. Wow, this is the one he was wearing when Maris broke the record. You know, I actually met Yogi Berra once.
Are you serious?
Yep. I was working at the Houston Astros spring training back in the 90s, and I met Yogi Berra. I was with my dad.
I was telling you about the ghost story.
Yeah.
I was working in this dude's house in Tampa.
Really?
And I heard the people that lived there at the time were telling me about the Robin Roberts, like, died in that house, and like that his ghost is still in that house.
No kidding.
Dude, this is the ghost encounter I had with this guy, Robin Roberts. Same guy.
Oh my God. And also a bat by Willie Mays, and his 535th career home run ball, as well as his shoes right here that in 1971 he passed Trice speaker. I'm not familiar with who that is for most career putouts by an outfielder. I know Willie Mays, but I don't know the other guy. And when Rod Carew hit his 3,000th hit back in August 4th of '85, these were the exact batting gloves that he was wearing. These are the same ones he had on. And here are some stadium seats, and look at this bat being launched over here. And this the look of fear on some of these in the attendance's faces. Wonder where these seats were from. What ballpark this was from. Doesn't say. Maybe just random, just as an example. Oh, here we go.
Cleveland Progressive Field.
Oh, there we go, Cleveland. Okay, this is awesome. Number 13, the Big Red Machine. Of course, Johnny Bench, but also Pete Rose, who, interestingly enough, is not in the Hall of Fame, and some say will probably never make it into the Hall of Fame. This is his jersey. These shoes belong to Vince Coleman. This glove belonged to Dennis Eckersley down here. Dump the DH. Well, we all know the dump the DH. That didn't happen because now both leagues have a DH. Okay, now this is kind of mind-blowing. This is the pine tar bat that George Brett used right here. In fact, it says on there that this is the pine tar bat dated 7/24/1983. That is wild, the pine tar incident where George Brett stormed onto the field very not happy at all. That is something else. Kind of looking at the base of it here. I am just, this is something else. It's Louisville Slugger. This is the pine tar bat, the George Brett bat. You got Wade Boggs bat and also Roger Clemens Boston cap right here when he struck out 20 Meredith to set major league record. It is almost impossible to get 20 strikeouts in a game. That's awesome. Now, it's tough for me to pick a favorite baseball movie. Obviously, Field of Dreams, but also the Robert Redford movie, The Natural, with Robert Duvall. Man, this is the one that, you know, carved out of the tree, Roy Hobbs. In fact, it says right here, pick me out a winner, Bobby. I don't want to give the spoilers at the end of it, but a very climactic ending. But yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite baseball movies of all time. And when it comes to those that I really loved back in the day, you know, I used to like Auburn Tigers football when I was very, very young. And then Bo Jackson went on to play for the Raiders in pro football, but he also played baseball in the whole Bo Knows campaign, which I was, you know, at that age, I was really into Bo. This is the cap from the 1989 All-Star game when he hit a 450-foot home run. This is the cap he was wearing. Man, I used to really love Bo Jackson so much. And got the Bash brothers over there, Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire. But I guess they had bumper stickers signifying those who were at the stadium during the World Series in '89 when the earthquake rattled San Francisco. You could get a bumper sticker to signify that occasion. And a few other guys who hit a lot of monumental home runs. Of course, McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Canseco. This is a sign. Nobody's better than Canseco. And these are Curt Schilling shoes from the Red Sox. And you can see where he put on this with a gray Sharpie, K for strikeout, ALS right there on the side. 2004. Okay, it's like a beacon, Max. You've been called over. They're talking about expansion teams. They have the Rays cowbell. Look at this.
Inspired by the famous Saturday Night Live skit, the Tampa Bay Rays began distributing cowbells to fans in 2006. The Rays have even produced a special video that explained the etiquette of more cowbell.
And the rest is history.
Please get a look at the back of this jersey.
That's awesome,
Bro,
man.
I have the chills right now.
Your cowbell is, you have a larger cowbell than that one. And speaking of Bo Jackson, there were other double play, two-sport stars as well. Of course, Michael Jordan also played in the minor leagues for the Chicago White Sox. And here's Bo's jersey from the Raiders right there, number 34, his college number and pro number. All right, now up to level 3, heading in to entrance into sacred ground. Right here, going through the turnstile. Well, you can't go through the turnstile, and this is home field from Ebbets Field. This is home plate from the visitors' bullpen at Ebbets Field. Wait a second. Home plate from the visitors' bullpen at Ebbets Field. And right there's Hank Aaron's jersey from the Braves, number 44. And they even have his locker room section from 1974. Of course, they tore the old stadium down in 1996. And they took this section of the locker room that belonged to Hank Aaron, and they moved it over into here. So this is where Hank Aaron, every game, would change his clothes, take his jersey off, get his hat, his glove right in here and sit down here. Just thinking about that is really something else. So you figure his cap would have been right there, just like that. So Hammer and Hank would have taken his hat off, put it on, and went out to the field. And here is Wade Boggs' 3,000th hit jersey right here. This is the glove that Willie Mays used to make, quote, the catch. That's the glove right there. Turning point in the series, off of Southpaw Don Lytle. And Mays later gave the glove to Lydell's son. And getting into some cards. I used to collect a lot of baseball cards way back in the day. I've been thinking about getting back into it, but I don't really have a lot of the old cards I used to have. I never had any from this era, like this one. I never owned that one. Or this one either. Used to be able to get them out of a vending machine, 3 for $25, and that sound is our bicycle spokes destroying the cards. My dad used to always tell me that's what him and my uncle, his brother, would do with their baseball cards. They put them in the bicycle spokes. You got a clothespin and a baseball card. They would make that racket. Just imagine that being a Mickey Mantle or Roger Maris or Yogi Berra card in there. No one would ever know what they were going to be worth. That's probably why they're worth so much money now. Oh yeah, here's Rosarina's his bat, Randy Rosarina's bat. Swinging this bat to homer in Game 4 of the 2020 World Series. Yeah, this is pretty dang cool. Brett Phillips' shoe from Game 4, which I've watched that highlight so many times. I think Randy came around third and like tripped, went back, and then slid into home.
That's it.
Okay, in this area now, it looks as if every inductee is placed in this little... Oh, look at this. Cal Ripken there. Goose Gossage. Ricky Henderson. It's all categorized by years. Oh yeah. Nolan Ryan. I think him and Clemens are probably my two favorite pitchers. If I had to pick, Robin Yount, George Brett, Don Sutton. Oh, even Tommy Lasorda. Look at this. There's Tommy Lasorda. This hallway's pretty neat. So you have like the etching with the sun going through, and it projects down onto this carpet. So you see you got the base runner here, and you got the base runner on the carpet as well. Here's someone fielding play. Here's like someone waiting for a ground ball, and you got the etching on the carpet. And outside this window, they have it set up with the pitcher and catcher, 60 feet 6 inches over there. And then over here, she's doing a little bat, the swinging the bat as well. These little sculptures out here in this lawn outside the window. I'm inside looking. And in the gift shop, they have quite an assortment of different items that you can purchase. Different teams, different players, different numbers. And they even have Big League Chew. Oh, look at this. Here's a race. I've never seen this. Lou Gehrig, Jackie Robinson, and Roberto Clemente. All right, now we're going to walk around a little bit more. This is pretty neat. This motel in Choir here is shaped like a bat, which is pretty awesome. That thing has seen some years. And I guess you could stay here along the main street. Gotta go put some more money in the meter. They only let you do 2 hours at a time, which is kind of interesting. So I gotta go back over to my car, put some money in the meter, and then we're just gonna walk around town. And they even have a trolley that goes through town. Well, not through town, through the village. The village of Cooperstown. And at 106 Main Street, Pioneer Sports Card, established 1899. Let's see what they have in here. Are those petunias? All right, I gave it a temptation and went ahead and got a few cards there. Went with the 87 Donruss Bow. It's the only Bow rookie he had, but I think I'm gonna start collecting cards again. Definitely gonna get the ones I used to have. I didn't want to splurge on $120 on the Upper Deck 89 King Griffey Jr. It kind of brought back memories, but I got a few Wanders. I went with an assortment of Wanders, including his AAA Durham Bulls one there too. Got Topps and Donruss, so Topps, Donruss, rated rookie, and then I got the New Age Performers. I figured these are a good investment. I'll just kind of put these in the closet somewhere and hang on to them, and then over time I'll just keep accumulating some cards. I kind of do this with Disney pins too, where I just buy a bunch and kind of put them off to the side and forget about them, and then later on I might have something of value, and it's just kind of fun to do. Plus I really like Wander Franco. I was there for his first home run at Tropicana Field, his very first game, getting called up from AAA, so pretty neat. Might as well get the cards, right? Okay, I went back in and walked around and I found this Rosarina rookie, and these have also been graded. This one is at mint, and this one is at mint as well. Bo Jackson Future Star. So I went ahead and got both of these as well. And the price on there, even though it's $39, the guy in the shop working, the owner, cut me a lot better deal than this. So this is not what I was ended up charging. Probably because I bought all the other cards too, but he cut me a pretty good deal. Pretty good, and they're in the cases, and they're graded, and they're in mint condition. And I couldn't pass up the Clemens rookie right here. I think Nolan Ryan and Clemens are my two favorite pitchers. One day I'll get a Nolan Ryan rookie, but not really in my budget at the moment. I had assumed that the Heroes of Baseball Wax Museum would be open, but at the moment, at this hour, they are not. Even though Cal Ripken is right there. Wax Museum is closed, folks. Cal Ripken out front should have told you.
Look, it's Cal Ripken. I thought that was an actual person.
It's not really Cal Ripken. Someone just walked by and they said that the Wax Museum will close when the foot traffic slows down, and the foot traffic is slowing down, even though I thought I read online they're open till 9, but evidently not. So they open back up at 9 in the morning, but I'll be long gone by. There also is a baseball stadium here as well, so we're gonna walk over to the baseball stadium. After the ball game, the next big attraction is Smalley's Theater, first best amusement. Also next to Smalley's Sandwiches, and over here is Doubleday Field off in the distance. Walk over here and see what's going on in Doubleday Field. And standing out front is this sculpture. Oh, from the Sandlot. Right there. Got the bat up to the plate. The clouds behind him there. Going barefoot on the Sandlot. That's another great baseball movie. There's a lot of great baseball movies. Grand Slam guitars. And the guitars they got the Dodgers here. You got the Yankees. You got the Red Sox on this acoustic. On this electrical, you got the Yankees. And heading back to my car. Gonna try to drive for 3 or 4 more hours this evening, catch up on some time, head to the next destination. I'm glad we checked out Cooperstown. The National Baseball Hall of Fame, located a block or two away from the corner of Main Street and Chestnut Street. Here in this tiny community, the Mecca. This is like a baseball town. Everything here is about baseball. The theming, the stores, the experiences, the Wax Museum that was not open. I have to return one day. But for now, I'll see you in the next video. Let me flip this around. We also got some baseball cards.
Show off some.
Oh, you want to show off what you got? What'd you end up getting?
Some old Wander minor league cards. Got a Stone Crabs.
I got a lot of Wander cards too. We went full Wander today.
Got one McClanahan too.
Oh, you got Shane too. You were looking for a bunch of different Shanes, but he's becoming a star right before everyone's eyes, so that people want to buy up those cards. Of course, then again, so is Wander, but it was tough to find Shane today.
Pretty neat.
we scored some cards in Cooperstown. What'd you think of your Cooperstown experience?
Honestly, man, it's been really humbling. Like just walking around, like soaking up all the vibes. It's been a dream come true.
But we did it. I've always wanted to come here. My whole life, people always say, you ever been to Cooperstown? I said, never been there. And now, if they ever bring that up again, I'll be able to say, I've been there. We did it.
Boom.
I'll see you in the next video. The vlog
is over.
Max just realized something.
The Devil Rays jersey is the Cooperstown collection.
The Cowbell Max jersey you've had on this whole time. You were wearing an appropriate jersey. Not a teach-appropriate t-shirt, but you were an appropriate jersey.
I mean, how more fitting is that?
Did you know that Lou Gehrig never lived in that house?